Okay, but let's move on and talk about Megan Thee Stallion and the CEO of her record label coming forward and calling her a liar.
Yes.
There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of details. If you guys are not caught up on what's been happening, quick recap. Over the weekend, Megan Thee Stallion went Instagram Live, accused her record label of holding her back from putting out new music because she wanted to renegotiate some aspects of her contract that Jay-Z and Roc Nation brought to her attention.
Yes.
Then she filed a lawsuit against the record label. A judge ruled a temporary restraining order and said you can release new music at the end of the week. Now, this brings us to today. Carl Crawford, aka the CEO of her record label, who is also part of the lawsuit, spoke to Billboard and is just calling Megan out left and right. He pointed out that there are several holes in her story. For example, he claims that Megan's deal was put together by her late mother and his business partner T. Ferris because at the time, Carl says he was new and didn't know much about artist contracts. Carl said, if anything, he's the snake. So Megan's claim in regards to the contract was, you know, that she was 20 years old. She didn't really understand some of the verbiage, and she still went ahead and signed it. And so that is why he is questioning this claim of why she signed it then, why she's saying she never read it, and also her mom was involved in the contract making process, as well as he says that they also had a lawyer look over it. He also said that she was 23, not 20.
Okay, so I mean 23, 20, yes, I guess you should know better, but that I don't think is a strong enough claim.
Right.
But if her mother was involved and if they really did have a lawyer looking over everything, then unfortunately Megan's platform that she's standing on doesn't have any legs.
Right.
But I don't know, I don't necessarily feel that this early on in her career, Megan would put herself out there and publicly start slamming the people that helped her get to where she is if there wasn't some validity behind it.
That's a very good point. He alluded to the fact that that's kind of a normal breakdown for new artists, 60-40, which we were talking about that too. I was like, I don't know if it should be 50-50.
Yeah.
We don't know. He said that 60-40 is pretty normal. And he even called out Jay-Z and Roc Nation, saying that they would not have given Megan as good of a deal when she was starting out. He says that he feels this lawsuit is a strong arm tactic so that he's forced to renegotiate. Carl also claims that Megan owes him money as she hasn't paid him since August, and since that time she's done over 15 shows, which they're also entitled to a part of. He also claims they haven't recouped the almost $2 million they spent on building Megan up. He went on to say that when Megan was grinding, Roc Nation was nowhere to be found, so speaking to your point, and that now that she's blown up, these people introduce her to Beyonce, and all of a sudden, Carl and her label are the devil. He said, quote, "We were just angels sent from the sky. Now we're the devil just because Jay-Z saved you. You're so fake."
Wow.
And like you said, there's no professionalism.
Yeah.
I mean, he just let her have it.
Yeah, there is absolutely no professionalism at all. When you mentioned that he acknowledged the 60-40 deal, saying he didn't think that with Megan's 40% she had to pay for the engineers and all of the people, but that's not something that you think. Like, you know what's in that contract. As the record label executive, you would know what, you know, what she's responsible for, what you're responsible for. So that also then makes me question his stance.
Right. Even if he was uneducated about how to make a contract at the time, I feel like now that he's been in the industry, he's been posting on his Instagram about, oh, look at Megan Thee Stallion Hot Girl Summer reaching this new point and this next level and it's hitting gold and all these things. I feel like at some point you would have educated yourself on what exactly that breakdown was.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for checking out our video. If you like what you saw, please give it a share and a thumbs up. After that, feel free to check out any of our other videos, shop our Hollyscoop store, subscribe, and click that notification bell.